Hello, welcome to the Email Master July episode, and we will be back live with Email Masters just straight after the song. Hang on there, guys. We'll be back shortly.
We started from the bottom, built it up from the ground, sending out millions, let our skills resound. Crafted every message, watch the numbers climb. Now we're raising up the next in line. We are the email masters, shining like the stars, turning you to masters faster than shooting cars. We deliver inbox magic, help you make your mark, scaling through the night, lighting up the dark. Eliminating limits, waving spam goodbye, sharing every secret, giving wings to fly. Your message, your story, let us help it grow. We're guiding you each step, come on, let's go. Eliminating limits, waving spam goodbye, sharing every secret, giving wings to fly. Your message, your story, let us help it grow. We're guiding you each step, come on, let's go. No delay, jump in today. We'll teach you all the tricks and ways. Do it with you, for you too. Email mastery, dreams come true. We are the email masters, shining like the stars, turning you to masters faster than shooting cars. We deliver inbox magic, help you make your mark, scaling through the night, lighting up the dark. No delay, jump in today. We'll teach you all the tricks and ways. Do it with you, for you too. Email mastery, dreams come true. We guiding you each step, come on, let's go. Spread your wings and join our band. We're the email masters, giving helping hands. The masters of the message, the kings of the sand. Come be an email master, let's ascend.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed that song, and shortly we will be all of us on screen, and I just got to join back into the Email Masters, and we will share a screen with all of us on, and we will start a conversation. Just before that, as always, we have to keep the house rules. This is Evan, behalf of No Limit Emails and No Limit Emails family, well as No Limit Emails Masters. I personally thank you for watching a live or a replay of this episode, and I hope you will enjoy. And absolutely nothing being scripted, and enjoy the conversation between all of us. Talk about email, talk about what we are doing, and of course, we are here to share everything that we know with you. And if you have questions, do not hesitate. Join us in a conversation. As the room is open to the viewers. In just a moment, I will be joining back into the live room, and we will roll out this episode of Email Masters, guys. Just a second, and I'm having a little bit issue my end, so here we are. So I joined back to the Email Masters room, is Email Talk we are at, and let's bring on share our screen. Just a second, please be patient with me. I'm still kind of a little bit rookie when it comes to the, hosting multiple screens at the same time. So let me just move us this way around and move us the other way, and I am just going to tune us to this YouTube interface, and hopefully you guys, if you are on YouTube, just a second, you will be able to see all of us. And let's see, do the audio test. Can somebody say Something.
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 Hey, yay! The sound's working. The
Great
something.
minds think alike.
Great, 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 guys. Now I think we are set. So let me just check out, see if I am having any feedback issues in here. In my end, it's nothing to do with you guys, as I am feeding two different audios and same channel through the OBS. I hope that you guys also get clear of my audio. I'm not echoing or anything. And let's go.
Sounds good to me. Alrighty.
Excellent. Sounds good to me too. And I am watching all of us through the YouTube. I can't see you guys on the room. Just to let
I
you know.
checked it on YouTube and there's no echo there.
Cool,
So-
cool.
Excellent.
All right. Welcome once more to July Email Masters. We have amazing masters with us. And let's start ladies first. Please introduce yourself to the world of the YouTube, so to speak, as you like. Go ahead.
Alrighty. Hello there, world of YouTube. I am a Barb Ling at a virtual coach. I have been, wow, and No Limit Emails. It seems like a decade for me, at least. So
Time flies, huh?
well, it's great stuff. So I'm having a blast with it all here. Should I say anything else?
We're waiting. It's always, one should always listen while a lady is
Well,
thinking.
My name is Barb Ling, and I am an extraordinarily shy, quiet, emphasis on the word quiet, individual.
Introverted, important,
Very,
kind, loving. Yes, all of those. Yeah.
and I specialize in creating info products, digital products, teaching AI, AI prompting, writing PLR, email marketing. Basically, I'd say just about any way online to help build an income for supporting one's family. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, flipped it on eBay, and here I am.
That's excellent. Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
that.
You are quite-
Go ahead, Doug.
I'm Doug Halfpenny. I have none of the qualifications of Barb Ling. She's an emperor when it comes to this sort of thing.
Sir Doug.
Yeah, sir. I'm pretty sure.
Mm,
I just got a T. Look at this.
tea is good.
T is good.
He is good.
Anyway, yeah, I've been with No Limit Emails about 5 years, like right from the beginning. Actually, I've been with Evan almost, it's got to be 10 years,
Wow.
10
Cheers
or
to
11
that.
years. Yeah.
I wish I knew about Evan then.
Wouldn't it,
Fair.
wouldn't it have been different, eh? But you're here now. The point is that you're here now, and it's more like family than anything, because we
I would
talk to
agree.
each other almost daily,
Yep.
and not necessarily just about email marketing, but about anything. I mean, even emotional issues and
Packages and stuff. Yes.
and yeah, and the point is that that makes us all friends.
Yep.
So it's like friends and family meeting every day, pretty well. Often days we don't have issues, email issues. At the beginning, we had lots of email issues, but then Evan straightened us out pretty well on that. We got rid of spam. We got rid of black holes. We got rid of blacklists, and turned email marketing from something that was kind of mystical and nobody knew much about it. And then Evan showed us how that you can start small, you can build a reputation with on the internet, and take it to the point where you can send millions of emails,
Yep.
and like in a day,
Mhm.
not just in a month. I actually have the Worldometer open, and emails sent this year so far are 66 trillion, of which I'm sure 98% are from Evan and No Limit Emails.
Uh, yeah, we're definitely getting
You
there by
you
numbers.
well, by the numbers, like, yeah, by the numbers, it's huge. Just in a day, 231 billion emails have been sent today already.
Nice.
And with Evans, of course, there's how many? 200 plus systems running now, Evan. Yes.
Maybe more, a little bit
Mhm.
more.
Anyway,
A little bit more.
many of them are huge volume newsletter type systems, and they send many more than we do. We don't need to. I mean, if we needed to, we could. But uh, I suppose if I keep waiting for Barb to start a newsletter that's right up everybody's alley. Because,
Another newsletter?
well, you're very prolific.
Yeah,
Me?
why not?
You're very
Yeah, I really can't swing that any other way. Yep, true, true. So
yeah.
we could create an email marketing newsletter.
Actually, you know what? There isn't a real good one.
Really?
There isn't a really good one because they're all doing email marketing with systems that aren't their own. Most of them have got their businesses built on somebody else's business, which means that if that business decides to, well, if it fails, you fail. If you do something they don't like, you fail.
Oh gosh, yes.
If somebody else does something wrong in your name, you fail. But with No Limit Emails, we build our own reputation, which we're responsible for, with Evan's help. And other than having a really poorly chosen name for one of my systems, even that name was turned around and accepted by the email service providers as being a legitimate business, even though they didn't like the structure of the name. We've kept the name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, yeah.
Going just like time back what you just said, I was having a little bit discussion with somebody, was doing basically like this AI automation stuff with an A8 and N, Clay and all that kind of stuff. And I said, look, I'm impressed what you've kind of done, but really is one specific point failed because everything is set up on a third party. Your business is dead. One of those tools block you, your business is dead. And then you tie in too many agencies and clients to this kind of setup. I said, it is misleading. You're not telling the truth. So you're charging somebody like myself, I'm searching for a solution, you're charging $4,000 or $5,000 a month as an agency, and then you have say, well, we just automated everything. I says, look, you only just start automation. Email has been automated since God knows when. So the email people been doing automation for a very, very long time. We are not alien to the automation or kind of, you could say, dislike automation. We love automation, but really this current setup, I was having a discussion with him. I says, look, this is really terrible. I would not really put all my egg in one basket and have all this many third-party independencies in order for me to feed my family. So that's the conversation we were going on, basically based on a what we see right now, daily basis. Like literally every marketer that I speak to, every coach, every business person, the first word come out of their mouth is AI and automation. Like
Yep.
literally is
Good.
AI and automation, AI and automation. Literally, you could now go to the YouTube and pick, few thousand clips from the YouTube, like all so-called experts. Everyone's AI, everyone's automation, but yet nobody really thinking seriously when it comes to the infrastructure for longevity, long dependency, and a long time not really costing us that much money. Comparison what I seen, this guy was kind of really approaching to sell it to me, and it was pretty crazy prices, to be honest. Like what I just saw it with my own eye when I was having a live chat with this guy. Off the bat, would have cost me $5,000 admin fee, and then three to
Wow.
four
Admin fee.
admin fee for me to just basically opt into the agency, right? And then three to
Whoa.
$5,000 to set up this all crazy inbox setups. Be it with Google Workspace, be it with Microsoft 360 Workspace.
Multiple workspaces.
Well, I asked him, I want to send million emails a day. And so, like, he did some calculation, took quite a while, and then come back up to me, says, I need around 800 to 900 domains, so on and so forth. I need kind of at least about 1,000 boxes or even 2,000 inboxes, maybe more, in order to get at least some kind of numbers. And I was just basically shutting my mouth and just listening in, see what's the end result's gonna be, see what's the quote that I will get. Anyway, right in the end, I says, "Have you heard like the guys called No Limit Emails?" And he says, "No, no, I never heard of them. Who are they?"
Wow.
So in the
Yeah.
end, like he end up like googling and stuff. I says, "Look, all you have to do is just YouTube it for 30 day, zero to million email challenge. See what you find out, and then we can have a chat if you really want a solid solution to actually back your agency that you don't risk your clients. So always have something to fall back on if any of those guys burns you out." And anyway, so after that, he ended up calling me back. We end up having a really nearly 3 hour chat, and he decided that he will join No Limit Emails eventually, but we will see. So he's seen it. There is a different way that email should function for us or
Cool.
work for us. That's what's pretty interesting conversation. I mean, I been there with Doug. We kind of have a chat with lots of ISPs or lots of providers out there over the years. They never changed. Like literally what we talked about
Mm.
6, 7 years ago with them, their prices changed. They gone like really crazy up, but really the systems neither
Up.
improved or changed. So for us, it's been pretty amazing, right? As you know, it's just not really email. It's about, for me personally, it's about you guys. It's not about money. It's not
Yep.
about email. It's not about really one system or 10 system. We really don't mind. We have one system, better be just one person, better person than having millions, so to speak. That's really, for me, that's how I look at things. And like you mentioned,
Evan,
really,
could I
the,
comment?
sure, go ahead.
When you just said that what's really important, I'm paraphrasing this, is how you're helping the customers and the folks who use No Limit emails, etc., like us here. That's the main thing that is important to you. And I wanted to really, really, really emphasize that this man walks the walk he talks. You will not find anybody else like him with this kind of dedication, really, to doing the right thing for the right reasons and such, I am fond of calling him our unicorn
Thank you.
because seriously, that's what he is, and
One of
that's
a
what he
kind.
is. Yep.
Yep.
Continue.
The truth is, I value your time more than anything else in the world. I know how our times are limited in here, and I really don't look anything else. And that's for me is the most important like value. Not just obviously the knowledge I'm getting and gaining from you guys by experiencing and being together and doing things. That's just bonus. And I am one of those person. Uh, I really, really don't do things halfway. Like I never run a
No.
marathon halfway. It doesn't matter if they carry me in a stretcher. I still will go all the way.
Yep. Yep.
And that's basically we don't see it, especially the world that we living in. Unfortunately, is obviously we living in a world that is very capital demanded, and that is pushing lots of people to go the other way. And for us, the capital, the true capital is your breath, your heart, your soul, yourself, and that is what really drives us, especially as a part of the No Limit Emails team and the whole ecosystem. As you all know, uh, we look into things in different prism than comparison everyone else in the industry. Everyone else in the industry is forgotten really the side of us as a human being, and we all always face lots of different issues, especially when it comes to the life, when it comes to the technology, and because lots of it is really not under our powers, and we try to reverse stuff that be under our powers instead of somebody else manipulating us, and that kind of stuff, which is we proving over the years. That specific, you could say, kind of like foundation. So it's like for us, like we're not looking to walk around literally like as if we are walking on a thin ice on a lake in Canada or something. Is really about really walking together on a solid ground and doing the right things, like you mentioned, for right reasons, not just about obviously money. Money helps, of course, as a business. But for us, is really about keeping our dignities and our members' dignity and do exactly what we promised. Your privacy is our most important kind of, you could say, elements to cherish. And as you all know, there's so many crazy stuff going on in the world. And one thing is about really safety of us as a collective. And that is absolutely has been a hard battle for us. We don't show it, but it is. And who says the who's in this field really kind of like don't get a little bit sweat? Definitely they misleading. It's been hard battle. We've been fighting very well, and we will keep fighting, and we will get better, and we will keep getting better as time goes. As we are progressing, I think we are all of us going right direction, especially when it comes to us scaling beyond anyone else's imagination, to be honest. And it's been like that. It's been absolutely surprising when I talk to people. Says, "Well, we send well over 2 trillion emails." People, how is that possible? It's not about us. It's really is about integrity of setting system up that is really all plugged well, like doesn't have leaks here and there. And that's come, I think, with good, really hard work and dedication, and of course, ongoing learning. Because literally, blink of an eye, everything changes. And then, if we don't kind of take care of things right this moment, the next moment is already too late, so to speak. And that requires human dedication, not just robots or technology that we can kind of alleviate a little bit of pain, so to speak, but really it requires human eyes. And is one of those things. Literally, is like you can't put you could say, trooper on the door. That trooper fall asleep. and somebody breaks into the door. And this is the same thing for us. So it's been very, very interesting 5-6 years period. And yes, we also do reject lots of people. That's the truth. Like, because we really don't want everybody in our network. It's not that's how we're supposed to. I mean, everybody's not for us. Like, we already know that. We rather just have a very small group of people that we respect them and they respect what we do, beside anything else. And this has been absolutely jam of a, you could say, it's really, I don't look at it as a job or a work. I look at it as an obligation, as a love doing something for others. And that's basically where this drives us. Really, personally, me. As you know, I also protect you guys as well as my own team, as you all know, and I think is important. But when it comes to the really communication, we prove into the world everyone could have a safer way to communicate with their loved ones, with their business. And we are experiencing in a way that everybody in the world really dreamed of experiencing, which is that also brings a little bit heat to us, especially to myself, as you know. So because lots of us working together, and it just encourages all of us new or experiences like yourself, for example, amount of stuff that you know about, Barbara, and I just don't kind of compare anyone, because there is no one really to compare when it comes to the knowledge of internet itself, technology itself. Is just amazing, because that's also actually pushes us to be better. You know, you're asking right questions, you pushing right buttons, you triggering, let's say, right actions in us, and that improves us overall. I think it's been absolutely amazing to have your inputs, have your feedbacks, and we want really to make a ecosystem that every one of us can walk in any place in the world, hold our heads high, say, yes, we use that kind of people, we are using that service, we are using these people, without of kind of really having any shame or try to kind of hide us, so to speak. But generally speaking, is we can see our own records. You guys also have same access to the place that we sell No Limit emails currently. Anyone can look at that. Sales numbers are low because our rejections are high, especially through the Warrior Plus crowd, to be honest. We do a little bit of research, and then rejection is high. But when you look at really as overall, well over 10,000 clients, we only had 3 refunds. There is no one in this industry can claim that.
Wow.
So no one in this industry can claim that. The reason is that is just
Wow.
because we are like this, right? Because we are absolutely true to our colors. We don't judge anyone. We don't separate anyone from anyone. As you know, there is no favoritism in the family. We hold everyone's equally with equal love. Go ahead.
I thought I was your favorite.
Oh, well,
Wait.
you're my favorite teacher for sure.
Evan, a great way to say what you're saying is we're very WYSIWYG.
Yeah, we
What you
definitely
see
are.
is what you get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
what you see is what you get. Like, yeah, there's no pretense in here.
God, no.
No.
But when Evans talks about security and keeping us safe, because this was completely thought out and structured in such a way that it is inherently secure, we've never had a breach.
You should not.
Yep.
We've never had a breach on any of our systems, and that's including the ones that we don't even know about, because many of them are private or
Yep.
what's the word I want? Anonymous. Many of them are anonymous to the family. We don't know who they are. We know that they exist. That's all. And yet they're just as safe as we are. We're People can go searching for our systems if they want, but they won't find them. We find them instantly. We've been down a few hours. Like in 5 years, I'm sure that the total's got to be less than 4 or 5 hours a year that we've actually been down. And even with the front end being down, the back end has always worked.
Yep.
So this is, of course, this is a combination. Most people are aware of the front end of systems because that's where most users fit and sit. But in the back end, of course, is Evan and his team who
Yes.
keep the back end running. And the back end is where all the work gets done in distribution of emails. We produce them in the front end. We put our segments and our
Yep.
context in the front end, but they are validated and processed on the server side, which of course keeps us safe again because it's separated. Even those are separated, and so we don't even. I probably should think about security, but I don't even really think about security because Evan and the team take care of all of that. And so there's no anxiety using this system. This is an anxiety-free zone.
Yes. Experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you want help or need help, there's help all over the place. Right now, Evan put together a way to do what we had talked about very early on, which was doing basically surveys to be able to survey right inside a cold email, which is unheard of. Nobody does a survey inside a cold email. I mean, a cold email is a cold email. Well, how do you warm up a cold email? Well, you do a survey and you find out what people want. So Evan, thinking,
We
of
even
course,
invented that,
which he
right?
never, yeah, he did, which
We,
Evan
can
never
actually
stops
just
thinking.
be in a like warm life and the cold email.
Yes, breathe. It's like breathing life into a cold, dead. Um,
Frozen
List.
yeah.
zone.
But experience-wise,
I
what
love
you
it. We're finishing each other's sentences.
but experience-wise,
You
that's
know,
what's really all
everyone
matter,
loves to
right?
do that.
That's
Yep.
right.
I mean, we've seen it generally, like how many kind of people out there. I mean, a couple of days ago, as you know, I shared something with you guys, didacted on an image. When somebody reached out to me, the message was urgent. Could you help me? My emails got spoofed or hacked and whatnot, and I get lots of those emails and a lot of these DMs. Unfortunately, people just really don't get how important it is to just use
Yep.
single simple domain that you could control this. You don't have to be this risk. Be it government, be the churches, be the schools, be the universities, be the doctors, be the clinics, so to speak. It's only take literally 60, 70 bucks to be safe. And we prove it to the world over and over, right? And when
Yeah.
we explain to them, they say, I never thought of that. I says, well, because nobody really told you or explained to you
Yeah.
that you could actually have something that is only you know exist. Nobody else in the world have to know exist.
Yeah.
So this
Well,
is
if you
what's
took
regular.
right, if you took a typical doctor's office, even a clinic with say 10 doctors in them, they are only going to have 1,500 to 2,000 patients each. That's all. Because they can't handle any more than that. That's all they can handle. So that means that in a clinic of 10 people, they'd only need 20,000 emails a month in order to. Right. So if they're going to email every one of their patients once a month, it'd be 20,000 emails. Now they're going to do it more often because patients come in and there's a back and forth, of course. But for $67, they can have a completely safe system on no limit emails that's private, hidden. Nobody knows. Nobody needs to know where it's located or how. And they're secure. But instead, they sign up with these big systems that are really they've got so many holes in them that nobody's data is safe. Your data, if a doctor were to send your data on a no limit email system, it is safe.
Yeah.
Nobody can crack it. Nobody can break into it. Nobody can share it because they can't find it. But you and your patient, if you're a doctor or a nurse or physiotherapist or whatever, your data and your correspondence with your patients is completely secure on a no limit email system. Not safe in one of these agencies, because the agencies are using systems that are on shared servers. In a no limit email system, you're not on a shared server. You're on your own server.
What's so cool about it? Yep.
Which makes you really hard to find, hard to crack. Where an agency, you can find and crack an agency any day. Anybody with even minor hacking skills could crack an agency anytime, but they won't crack a no limit email system.
Nope.
And
the thing is no limit emails is like you say, is not no limit emails.
no,
It's your domain.
It's right.
Domain.
The system is built. The system is built by no limit emails, but it's your own system.
Your own domain. So when they search for no limit emails, there's nothing there to find.
Nothing there to find.
So that's generally speaking is like we've seen it like the share hosting what kind of really compromises a lot of people, which is we've seen the side effect of it just not long ago. UK health sector, especially UK government health, got compromised. So it was cost them basically patients losing their life, machines being switched off, and then literally millions and millions of dollars for the ransomwares. So it's pretty crazy, and we like to really help good institutions, good people of the world save money, and it also be a safe place to communicate with the rest of the world. And it's never been like this. Why should be like that? Why should we accept weak systems that 5-year-old, 10-year-old, 15-year-old kids the other side of the world use mobile phone and compromise you? Doesn't make no sense in our society and should not happen. The fact is that everything is open and is shared as an open public thing, so to speak. Important part is open, non-important part is open. There is more restriction that somebody can look on adult side than is actual system that is holding the whole society together. That's just nonsense. That's what we don't like ourselves. That's why we're doing something that everybody else could just look at us, learn even from us, let us implement few things, copy them, spread them wherever you want. Technology is there, and we are not proprietary technology to hide all the stuff from public or anyone. And we've been helping everybody that is willing and accepting for us to help. It's not about really we want to make money off governments or anything like that, or institutions or individuals. It's about really providing a society this different plate of, you could say, canvas for them to basically paint on. And previously, many of us made mistakes, right? You was going to say something.
Evan? Can I make another comment?
Of course, always.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, Regarding also the security of email sending and the ability to build basically out of thin air a custom focused email list, putting that stuff all aside, which by the way, no limit emails can do. Uh, for me personally, as an internet marketer, I'm currently working on creating one form that when people visit, they can select what kind of email class they would like to have delivered to them. So this is just without any extra automations besides how I am programming this form. And I cannot imagine doing something like this in Aweber or Response or what the vast majority of internet marketers use. I would be comfortable saying that any need an internet marketer, that's my specialty, would have, no limit emails would be able to satisfy it. And I've thrown a lot of stuff at it. And it's great. That's my input once more. Continue, sir.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think that's essential, I think. In your hand, there have to be a tool that is flexible enough that what's really fit
Very flexible.
and need for the business that you could implement, right? And I think that is essential part of really like having a little bit, you could say, liberty and liberation of the tooling side that doesn't limit us for creative side. So especially even on form level that you could literally kind of, you could say, pinpoint the leads and from get-go. And I think because we're using open source stuff and it's very flexible for us to build on top and it's very flexible for the end user on the UI to build stuff on top, which is really is not, we can't get it in, like you could say, like with Aweber or GetResponse. I mean, I use GetResponse quite a lot, and as well as I use before also use a little bit Substack, well as Beehive to test this stuff up. Again, it's literally flexibility non-existence when it comes to the, you want to create a specific niche base forms that based on the form that you could separate the users or they wants. So with, especially with stuff that we are using, I think is very, very nice that be able to kind of basically be flexible of this creation part of the form especially. And of course, as time progresses, we getting better. We create stuff a little bit better with help, a little bit help of ChatGPT and all that. So far, I think we've been front of almost every kind of, you could say, AI development that's happened already. And the back end of it is catching up with us. We're doing quite a lot of work on that area. But on the UI side, as you all know, as raw as you're gonna get, as manual as you're gonna get, there is no AI confusion. There is no AI anywhere. So it's easier for us to just build block by block and experience what we're building. If it's something really didn't work, we can delete that and start again. So I just wanted to ask you guys one question, especially relating to the keyword that when people or the other people in the world really disbelieve that everything has certain limits, and then so far we said there is no limits what you could do, and still a lot of people really don't believe us. There is absolutely no limitation in the system. So Doug has been using the system for 5 years. You've been now nearly a couple of years. Is that any limitation you guys faced with?
Have never hit a glass ceiling, if you like. Never hit a ceiling. Even one day having sent 2.2 million emails out in one was basically 3 clicks. It's once it was built, 3 clicks, send, send, and send. Basically, it said send, and then are you sure? And yes, I'm sure. And out it went. And I think it was at that time maybe 8.5 hours. I think it ran for 8.5 hours. But I left my system, my laptop open so that I could watch what was going on. But I didn't have to. The point is that I didn't have to have it open because it would have continued in the background anyway. So, I mean, it's not like it needed to take up the screen on my laptop. But I left it there because it was such a rush to send, to watch 2.2 million emails go out all at one go. But it's, I mean, that's just unheard of. Who's ever done that? I mean, I'm nobody when it comes to emailing
I wouldn't quite say that.
well, pretty much. I mean, I'm just one person.
You're one person.
One
but
person.
Never nobody.
Never okay. Never nobody. But nobody special. Nobody special. And yet I could do that with a
You
click.
are my special English teacher.
Yeah, Doug, you're extraordinarily special.
Yeah,
Anyway,
generally
but the
speaking,
point
like-
the
sorry.
point being the point being that anybody can do this. If you come on and you need to send 2 million emails in a day, you can actually do it with one system. Now you can do it more efficiently if you have more than one system, but just with one, that was one system in one day. And if you needed to do that every day, you could have. Like, because that doesn't even take up a whole day. It only took up, what, 1/3 of the day. 2 million emails. Now, my system's way faster now than it was then. So I don't even know. But I don't need to send 2 million in a day. That was all part of basically a study to see if it was possible. And the answer was, yep. I mean, like, it was like, yep, you could do it. That wasn't so special. Now, it would have blown up everybody else's IP. If you tried to do that on a shared system, you'd have burnt IPs and had domains blocked and all sorts of things. But there was just nothing happened. It was like they just went
We'll
out.
be right back. I need to let out the moosies who are
Okay.
chewing
All
my
right.
chair.
I think that's
All right.
that's put that no limit kind of really, and you could say naysayers bad, right? We know
Yeah.
actually we would not really say that word if we know that there are some sort of ceilings, and of course everything has some sort of ceilings, but
Right.
in our case, if internet keep expanding, why can't we?
Right.
If
Well, the other thing was, of course, that I went with gig squared internet. So I have 1 gig up, 1 gig down, which made everything run quicker on my end. Now, at the other end, it was always fast. Server side, it was always fast. If it was any holdups, the holdup would have been on my own system. You've got yourself muted, Barb. So yeah, so the only holdup
Sorry about
is
that.
no, I did it. I did it because you could talk. You could have talked to your hubby, and we wouldn't have listened in. You know.
That was very kind of you, except I did say the mooses, and those are definitely not my hubbies.
No, but you were heading to the door, and you might have run into someone on 2 legs as opposed to
I might have.
4.
I might have, yes.
Maybe.
So, closing round, guys. Any questions for me?
Actually, what Since you started to do automation of like with the forms and whatnot, as you get as we all get better at doing that sort of thing, because it's taken a while, there's a learning curve here, of course, that all of us have run into at one time or another. But what about down the road? Will there be the availability of a store? Let's say I have an Etsy store and I do photography or something like that, and I would like to put my store in an email.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Will
definitely
there
will
be
be. There will be. We already previously looked, as you know, way, way back, couple of years ago.
way back? Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
give you guys a URL to make the store. Uh, but we looked into it to tie into the email server. It gets a little bit clunky, especially with email server itself. So it's going to be a separate URL, but you can join it just like live URL that we have.
mhm,
And then you can basically pick the code up from the store and put it on your email, vice versa. Literally, again, like a little bit separation, not generally
right,
in one UI, especially on an email UI. So we try to keep the email server as it is email server, nothing else,
right.
but we join
Sure.
in this other stuff to it, like live UI, for example, this meet rooms that we can join it in because all coming from same networks, it will be congruent. That's definitely, we try that. We will go and bring that, especially for this setup systems, like the specific setup that we all have now. That will be
Hmm.
URL for you guys. And also, as you know, we're also working on our new version of service system for no limit emails.
Yes.
So
Yes,
that is
Yes.
definitely cooking. That is definitely on the bench.
it's definitely exciting.
Yeah, and we
Very much
are
so.
we are playing lots of stuff with it. So we are definitely bring that online. And also we don't want really get rid of this current setup because the current setup is very, very safe, very, very
Yeah,
secure.
secure.
Yep.
And one of the major compromises happen in email systems. Normally, when somebody reply to you, so you don't know what attachment they're gonna send you. You don't know what kind of thing they're gonna spoof you with on a reply
All
side of
right.
things. So that's why from literally day one, even the Muetic people, which is they are German guys, you know, the Germans how they are when it comes to the technology and engineering is safety upmost. And from the day one, they never added that function to Moetic kind of setup initially. So it always stays like that. Even the newer version of stuff that comes out with Moetic still doesn't have that. But we also look a little bit workaround so you guys can actually have a reply back, but in a separate way. So your main email server doesn't get affected whatsoever. Even let's say we use a alias email from a subdomain somewhere for just replies, that
Right.
subdomain could be affected, but really not main server, so to speak. That's just safeguarding really the communication, especially
Right.
outgoing and email automation. Where let's say marketing is our bloodline, right? And we need to reach out more people, and we don't want to really compromise any of that flow whatsoever by some malicious actors or something. So the store definitely will come, and beyond store, that new side will come. And of course, as you all know, I also on the side I'm also kind of developing kind of some different tools that we can play around with. And latest one I did give you guys URL to play around, especially with SenseScore and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also introducing some other stuff to the system that can warn you with this kind of stuff, especially when you kind of, let's say, sending 2 million emails, like Doug said. So you can, if something goes wrong, that system will give you the warning. If something didn't go wrong, that is all good. So it's essentially having a system that also system itself is intelligent, that can warn you as on the UI,
Yes.
because currently a little bit too kind of like you say rigid. So that's already happening, and certain things, if certain things goes wrong, the system definitely will warn you guys, will give you feedback, will say, hey, you did this or that, that's gone kind of not right, and which is really is quite immense improvement. We've been playing around in the background for you guys. So the store is definitely must. As you all know, we are into the field of commerce and everything else. We think it is essential, and eventually it will happen. We did that a few years ago because nobody was really utilizing it, so we switched it off. So like we played around with a bit few months with the stores because nobody
Right.
was interested in that time. We said, well, let's just not really kind of waste any of our time. Let's focus on the email side, because that time
Right.
really we were just sending emails. Nobody was bothered about
But you
stores.
know, the most interesting part of that was that you didn't have a meat component at that time.
Well, Meet was
If
already
what
integrated, remember?
it was in my system, that's
Mm-hmm.
true. But with what I what I would like to see, and now I don't, but I don't have anybody with a store. If I had somebody with a store, it'd be different. But I would like to see um, having bringing your offline store online, so that people, instead of having to walk through your front door, they basically walked out of an email. So they're in an email in a meet room and talking to the store owner, and they say, do you have so and so, and they can take their camera over and show them so and so and how much, and they can order basically right there, right through an email, so that, right, so that people can, it's like walking into a store, but virtually walking into a store, not actually physically walking into a store.
Yeah,
And I
just
think
like
that
you
would be
could right
really,
now hold your camera and walk into the shelf, say, I have this, right?
yeah, I have this.
This is
I
basically
have
right
these.
already there, okay?
Yeah, the ability to do it is there.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be, but it would take a little setting up so for other people to be able to use it. To people who aren't email marketers, people who don't understand
I mean,
email
also
very
like
well.
right now, there's like a little bit work way around. For example, let's say you have a website,
Yep.
right? Or internally you make a website. Literally, you just use let's say ChatGPT to create a store layout, and you just drop the HTML code to the page. So
Right.
you have instant store, and then you can then make a room with the meat, embed that into the store,
Yeah.
and richly connect to the Stripe or connect to the PayPal or connect to the whatever payment you're using,
Yeah.
that you could. So that's that workaround definitely there, because flexibility of the page builder, and as well as with
Right.
dynamic content builder, so we can still do that. For example, I did quite few. We shared with Chris, and when Chris was here doing the store, and especially Chris is doing podcasting with Meet, if you remember, like doing the
Yes.
UI for podcast. So I think, yeah, the technology is already kind. You could say the foundation already exists. So I don't think that it's difficult for us to turn literally internal pages to store. But again, it's like literally just having a few function added, that you could upload your image, add your description to the product,
Hmm.
if it's necessary, do the shipping stuff like shipping details. All
Right.
that can be actually connected right now to the email with the form creation, so to speak. So you could create the custom fields for your
Right.
store.
Just the same as you've been doing
Yes,
lately.
yes. So literally, like from custom fields, you could create a. You could say you could. Only thing that we can't really generate is a receipt, so to speak, but that can happen through the PayPal and whatnot. Uh,
Right.
But rest of it, that's definitely you could set up a landing page, so to speak, the actual page, and just use something like ChatGPT or Grok. Say, hey, I'm using this version of this. Can you make me a page that is storefront so people can order my digital and physical products? Literally 2 minutes that you could have a HTML. All you do is go to the page, delete all the HTML, and then paste it in, save and close. You have the store,
Yeah, the
essentially.
store.
But generally speaking, but as a standalone store, we definitely been thinking quite a long time, as you know. Like we did have it, we did use a open cart for a while to experiment with.
Yeah.
We know that is essential, and we will maybe modify a little bit to open cart and then make that URL again, so you guys can basically our members can have a access to it, and then the people who outside want to use it, obviously they can pay like small fee to still use it. Like
Right.
I'm
Well, the
still
other
here.
thing,
I'm just
yeah,
taking care of my doggy.
sure,
okay.
anyways, we are in our hour.
Oh, yeah, we are.
We wait for Barbara come back so we can have some closing remarks. That was
Barbara's
moderated.
here.
All right, welcome. So we are in the hour. What you guys like to do is up to you guys, and if you want to tell us like where people can find you and what you're currently doing, what's the offer you guys have, go ahead.
Sure. I'm Barbling, and I am a Jedi poodle, as you can tell. But I'm also found at virtual-coach.com. I am the B part in DAB coaching with my partner. And yeah, virtual-coach.com. That's me. Go for it, Doug.
Yeah, I'm Doug Halfpenny. The best place to find me is just on Facebook. It's just my family page. You can always send me a private message on there if you're interested. I actually deal behind the scenes in media, email addresses, and this sort of thing. I have billions of emails, many of which have already been verified, so that if you're in need of specific email addresses, creators, entrepreneurs, doctors, lawyers, all of this sort of thing, I can do all of that and provide them at lower rates than you'll find them on the internet, and plus verified. You'll find if you try to verify emails on the internet, it's about 5 cents per email, and we do it for a tenth of that. A tenth of that, 90% less than what they do. Just hit me with a DM on Facebook and tell me you're interested in email addresses, email contacts. And if you're interested in a system, same time, just talk to me, and we'll send you to a meet room. Actually, the meet room will be just like this one, and we can talk privately. This room is private, as you probably figured out. We've been talking for about an hour, and you haven't seen anybody popping in or out because it's basically a private room, and we can talk in a private room. Doug Halfpenny is my name.
Thank you for that, Doug. And we have one question from Brizzy, just joined the channel on YouTube and asking if you can send 10 million emails a month. Yes, absolutely, you can. You can even send 10 million a day if you want.
Yeah.
Most
Or
definitely.
systems, so 10 million a day is not a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And once
Well
more,
done,
you guys have anything else to say and add? And as we didn't kind of touch many things, But generally speaking, if you want to know a little bit more about us, about Masters on Screen that you see, you can join us straight after this to the public square and have
Yeah,
a bit more
let me
conversation
grab
freely.
that. Let me grab that URL. I'll put it in the chat on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. Sorry. Sorry, YouTube. Didn't mean to call you Facebook.
Yeah.
And there it is. There we'll be in that room after the live.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for that, Doug. Absolutely, we will be there, and that room has been on for almost a century.
Almost a century. 1,316 hours. My gosh. That's
Yeah,
what, 50 days?
yeah, it's been pretty crazy, huh?
So
Yeah, Brizzy, jump on
1,316.
that room is private, it's open public, and you can ask us, be audible if you want. Just join us over there and ask us any questions you might have, and we will tell you exactly how it is, what you can do. So direct mail is no longer needed, huh? I mean, literally, you can do direct mail, but it's like every mail has its own space. To be honest, email is is just one of those things never gonna go away. It's always gonna be around.
The other thing is too, with us, with our systems, our costs are fixed.
Right,
Our costs are fixed. So whether you send 1 million or 10 million, it doesn't matter. The costs are fixed. So with direct mail, of course, the more you mail, the more it costs you. Not with our systems. When you figure out how many you need in a month and you get the right size system, your costs are fixed.
right. So direct mail is no longer. Yeah, we read that. Anything else? Any more questions before we actually switch rooms? As we are a little bit over our hour in here on YouTube. And once more, I thank you, Doug. I thank you, Barbara. And it's been an amazing conversation once more. Yeah, come join us in the public square. Just a moment, we'll be over the other side if you are on YouTube. Sorry. Come see us over there. We're ending the YouTube.
Sounds good.
Okay.